something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked.
내가 미친 걸까?
The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
대답해. 너도 날 무시하는 거야?
Stanley thought.
이거 참 이상하네.
Bucket is a source of guidance.
평소라면 이런 힘든 시기에 양동이가 내 길잡이가 되어주고 지혜의 원천이
He
되어줬는데.
held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized this isn't.
이건 내 양동이가 아니야. 그냥 흔히 볼 수 있는 평범한 양동이라고. 아마 다른 사람이 쓰는 양동이겠지. 어떻게 다른 사람이 양동이를 갖게 된 거지? 이건 완전히 잘못됐어. 뭐야 어디 갔어? 양동아! 아 그렇다고 양동이 그냥 냈다 가져가 버리네. 아닌데 난 제대로 가고 있는데? 맞게 가고 있는데요?
He exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to him. Stanley, Stanley,
양동아.
the bucket.
양동, 너무 많은데 잠깐만.
Room passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley.
이게 아니라고?
He had to find the bucket.
기다려 양동아. 이 양동이 두 개가
to restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him.
나야 안에?
It was incredible. Stanley doubled over.
나의 몸에 양동이가.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself.
스토리에 양동이만 넣었을 뿐이네, 확실히.
Right away,
근데 이게 꽤 어려운 걸 알고는 있긴 한데.
This man had no bucket, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself,
내 삶을 겁나
life
오지거든.
kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
게임을 플레이하는 플레이어의 이름을 말하는 버튼. 당신의 멋진 이름을 게임에서 들으세요.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players
완벽한 버튼으로의 여정.
And of course,
너무 큰, 너무 작은, 딱 알맞은.
Individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
실제로 가능하다면 정말 대단하긴 하네요. 뭐 스팀 닉네임 말하지 않을까?
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
로스앤젤레스에 살고 있는 캘리포니아 사람.
Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button. Jim.
어떻게 내 이름을!
Thrill, what a rush! That was you.
이럴 수가!
Describe you. Do it again. Do it again.
이럴 수가! 내 이름을 어떻게? 어떻게 내 이름을!
Second time, if this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the gym button away.
지운다고?
Otherwise soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
아, 지우면 안 돼. 까비.
That would actually
예, 가장 스크린샷 금지.
This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
야.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button
구멍이
to
점점
go back to the
작아지고 있어.
top. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
어머.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom
새로운
of the
머그잔.
hole. You found me outstanding.
2시에 회의합시다. 진심을 담아. 만관부.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
돌이 되어버린 날 잊은 것 같은 너의 모습에 하나일 때보다 난 외롭고 허전해 네가 가져간 나의 본적 때문이다. 그래서 난 둘이 될 수 있었던 거야. 모든 일시정지 버튼은 로마 숫자 2이다. 담배꽁초? 여기 담배 피는 곳인가 봐요.
Then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
됐다. 가자.
Great. Now, I'm very excited. That's right. The problem is you.
점프 가능한 원.
Alright. Alright, let's see it's the jump circle.
오! 이야! 이게 게임이지. 답답해. 지금까지 답답해 죽을 뻔했어. 이게 게임이지. 야, 나 지금까지 답답해 죽는 줄 알았어. 이것도 야 점프도 안 되는 게임이 세상에 어딨냐? 와 진짜. 몇 년이야? 야 7년, 8년, 9년이 지나서 점프를 넣었어. 와 행복해. 아. Shit.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
왜 들어가 보게끔 만드는 거야 이거 다. 네? 왜 암흑 공간이 돼 있죠? 무서우니까 닫아. 그래요. 뭐야?
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your finger. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been... Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door
그런
is gone.
문이 사라졌네요.
Completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen.
이제 안
I have
눌러야지.
no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
아, 이제 안 눌러야지.
I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking.
누를 거라 생각하니까 누르기 싫어졌어.
Oh my God. Because of those reviews.
내가 누를 거라고 평가해버리, 내가 누를 거라고 판단해보니까 안 누르고 싶어졌어. 뭐지? 내 감정을 지배하고 있다. 마인드 컨트롤 당하고 있다. 나는 지금.
I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my.
원래 인기를 가진 사람들은 부정적인 평가를 의연하게 받아낼 수 있어야 합니다. 전 아직 유명하지 않아서 모르겠지만 당신은 유명하잖아요. 그만하세요. 스킵 누르기 싫어 나도 이제. 아 그만해. 얼마나 하는 거야 이씨.
Such an impulse serve? For whose benefit?
얼마나 얘기하는 거야 그만 좀 해.
Waiting for you to press this button, to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it and that I'm going to be stuck all alone.
네, 알겠습니다.
That I have the power to prevent it all from happening. If only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now.
아 좀 아끼라고.
Just your decision. As to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company.
딱히 뭐 없을 것 같은데.
Surely you'll
그냥 말 없을 것 같은데 말 없이 기다렸다가 초기화할 것 같은데.
Oh no. I know you too well. You'll be leaving me again. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine.
이거 끝까지 가니까 결국 그거네요. 똑같은 얘기 하네요.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's all. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin,
500년 버튼 돼버렸네.
There is only the
그러니까
wheel of
나는 괜찮은데 나레이터만 500년 버튼 돼버리네.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest
어차피 할 수 있는 것도
longing to
없으니까 누르자.
undo the
따라란 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 따 쿵짝짝 쿵짝짝 따라리라리라리라리라리 따라란 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 스킵. 이게 어디서 나는 소리일까요? 아 스캡!
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
트리플 악셀하고 예술적으로 스킵! 시계가 고장났어. 이제 움직이지 않아. 예술적인 스캡!
The end is never 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 the end.
수돗물인가 봐. 아리순 느낌 나는데. 야, 물이 점점 많이 떨어지는데? 맞네. 이거 위가 그거잖아. 여기 이 공간 위쪽이 그거잖아. 안에 들어와 있는 상태구나 지금. 이제 물 나와가지고 탈출할 수 있는 듯? 오. 자연이 생겼어. 또다시 많은 시간이 지났구만요. 이제 슬슬 이 건물도 무너질라 하네. 뭐지? 한 번만 더 누르자. 스킵 버튼 고장났어요. 고쳐주세요. 아, 더 누르고 싶은데. 그가 물이 말랐어. 원래 여기 처음 들어왔을 때 물이 있었는데 물이 다 말랐어 지금. 끝은 절대로 끝나지 않아. 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 와, 바위와 바위 사이에, 돌과 돌 사이에 점을 이어볼까?
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be.
가져가, 필요
Given the
없어.
pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your
필요 없어.
companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet is? Simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends. That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient. That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley.
너네 우리 양동이한테 뭐라 하면은 이 씨발 양동이 말을 어떻게 하는 건데 씨. 아니 네가 주우라면 가져가, 필요 없어. 가져가.
And this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
못 떨어지는데.
Enjoy.
어디서 찾았을까? 내레이터 제작. 저 뒤에 뭐가 있는 거지? 여기 5번째 미니 스탠이다. 예스! 화물 리포트 가까이에서 찾았어요. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다. 쌍따봉. 만든 최고의 남자 특별출의 스탠리 내레이터.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Yes.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
어메!
I'm not sure, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story,
아이씨, 좌클릭 우클릭 둘 다 눌렀네. 아이씨.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged.
개 같은 거.
Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. Do you see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map.
아니, 8년 9년 동안 뭐 한 거야? 여기 만들어야지. 어? 9년 동안 뭐 했어? 여기 만들었어야 할 거 아니야? 아, 뭐? 뭐야? 9년 동안 만들어 놨어야지. 울트라 디럭스라며. 왜 울트라 아닌 건데? 왜 마이너스 된 건데? 양동... 이것은 양동이일까요?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual.
일로 와봐 이 새끼야. 너 이 새끼야 일로 와봐. 진짜 홀로그램인지 만져보게.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
맞습니다. 개새끼야 일로 와. 야 이 새끼야. 야 맞짱 떠? 이 새끼야.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
이쯤에서 아니라고 생각할 줄 알겠지? 이것도 맞아. 그렇지.
This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
네.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage?
문제를 왜 거저줘? 지금 양동이가 문제인지 아닌지 알고 있는 건데.
Let's just move on to the next one.
왜 거저 문제를 왜 거저줘? 네가 학교 선생님이야? 아니 이거 뭐야?
Is this a bucket?
Yes. 이렇게 된 이상 맞다고 할 수밖에 없어.
Correct. This is a bucket.
이렇게 된 이상 맞다고 할 수밖에 없어. 틀렸든 맞췄든 이제 난 더 이상 그 무엇도 할 수 없어.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
속았네. 이런 짓궂은 장난꾸러기. 속아버렸네.
Hold on, I can't find the next one.
이것도 양손.
It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something.
슈레딩거의 양동이가
Unless in your twisted mind have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that
홀로그램이랑 3D 프린터로 먼저 통수 친 게 누구지?
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
고첩지문까지 가.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
그럴 순 없을걸?
Okay, here we go.
안 될걸? 핑거 스냅을 해버리네.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention